Hey guys, it's RicRom and I'm here coming at you with a different type of video. This time I'm not really streaming, as you can tell, but I did play the new DNF Duel beta that just happened over the weekend and I really wanted to get some thoughts out. So I'm probably not going to have like a script or anything of the sort to talk about it. I'm probably just going to go like out of my head to talk about it. How we're going to start this is that, oh yeah, when I first started playing this game, or when I first tried it out, was when the first beta came out and I had no idea what I was doing or what the franchise was, so I did not connect with it. Also, when the first beta came out, the KOF 15 beta was out, so I decided to play that instead. That grabbed my attention more. But now that this beta came out, while there was nothing out really, I wanted to like deep dive and play it more into it. So starting out, I guess I'll start out with the gameplay. The gameplay is really something that I thought was somewhat unique, but also I felt like I've played this type of game before. It really isn't something more like Ramble, like that Arc System Works has worked on before. It feels more something like Marvel, because apparently this is made by the same guys who made Marvel 3. But does it play like Marvel? Not really. It doesn't really play like Marvel. It plays more something akin to like the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid game. It almost has like the exact one-to-one layout, just without tag team mechanics. So it feels more like that, where it has like a light, a medium, and a heavy button, and a special button, and directional inputs. So that was something I thought that was pretty unique about that game. But as a guy like me who grew up on Capcom Fighters, I don't really like directional inputs, but I did love Power Rangers, because that was a different type of hyper fighter. And we had tag team mechanics. This is kind of a 1v1 sort of hyper fighter, I don't know, but it really is something you have to try out at least once. Even if you don't like it that there's no directional inputs, it's really unique. Yeah, so the combo strings goes from like light, medium to heavy, and then you can go into like forward special or back special. Your special button, well, since I was playing on PS4, the special button was like X, and your light and medium and heavy is like the other three face buttons. Then the trigger was like the ultra combo or the cinematic super, and then there's grab, and then there's like a defense button. Something really made for like people who are new to the genre of fighting games. For me, I'm okay with just holding back. I don't really like block buttons unless it's like in DOA and then MK, because there's like no way to hold back to block for that game. But yeah, this is something that I thought was kind of weird for me. It was kind of a little like difficult for me to pick up, because I don't know, most of you probably haven't followed me for like the longest on Instagram, but I really just like old school fighters. I'm not really fond of this new wave of fighters. Of everything feels like it's more simplified and a little like easy to play, so that was kind of weird for me to pick up. But it really is something that I admittedly I didn't like at first when the first beta came out, and now that I got to like go in there with some knowledge and see what to do, and I actually looked at the button layout, I was like, I'll give it a shot this time. Is it fun though? Yes, I think it is fun. I didn't like it at first because I had no idea what I was doing, because in this beta there is no training mode. There's not even like a tutorial. They just like threw you in there, you know, you just have to figure it out by yourself. Kind of like if you're like at an arcade, which is what the feeling was about this thing. Was you have to be like in an arcade environment, because they even have the little cabinet machines in there, and you choose your character, and you know, you just kind of have to deal with it. You kind of have to go in there, learn on the fly, I guess. That is something that I wish more fighting games would do, is where they'll just like throw you in there and just make you learn for it. But at the same time, you kind of need to know the basics of something, because like if you go to like an arcade, there's like the cabinet, and they at least tell you the special moves or like how to play, or you know, there's always that little like intro video. But this is something that it was kind of out of nowhere, because you have to play online, and then you have to like look up videos, go on Twitter, and see what other characters do. But yeah, so speaking about the characters, I only really used 3, because I only like 3 of the ones that came out. I didn't really bother on trying other ones, because I was kind of on the fence on their designs, and I didn't really like the moves that they did. So the first one I started using was the Inquisitor. You'll probably see it in the video. But the Inquisitor, I think she was really cool. She's more like long range, and has more projectiles and more like reach, which is something I like. And she works more like around like in mid range, I guess. And her combos aren't that bad, and her specials are really good. Like the spin wheel, if you can see, there's a lot of like pressure applying to the players, which is something I found really crazy about this game, was that you have to really apply pressure. If not, you're gonna have to wait your turn for a while. It almost feels like a turn-based RPG, which I've never played DNF Duel, but I'm sure it's like one of those mobile games where you have to kind of like wait your turn, or like do something, I don't know, like I guess like one of those like desktop games, I guess. But yeah, it felt like that a lot of the times. So in this game, you're gonna have to be the oppressor, or you're gonna be oppressed a lot by the other characters, and you really have to know what your character does. This is something that I thought was kind of fun at first, but then once you got to the hang of it, it's like, oh wow, I'm really playing the waiting game. This feels like a Samurai Showdown, but in my opinion, a little less rewarding because you have to punish with the simple combo from light, medium, and heavy into like a special, and then the specials aren't even like inputs. So that's something I don't like. But for new players coming in, yeah, you're gonna get the hang of it real quick. It's gonna be easy to learn, hard to master, I guess. But I don't know if it'll be like really satisfying for like older players that are into using inputs. But for me, from what I found more satisfying about this game was learning the combos. It felt a lot like Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, and it has a lot of combo potential. You can cancel out into a lot of things. You can grab your opponent and from like a medium hit, and then you can go into hard and do like a little special, and then you can and if you use the right character and the right combo string, you can even land your super if you haven't used any meter, which meter was something I didn't really get too comfortable with in this game, because I really don't like that the specials are tied to the meter system, which is something I thought I wouldn't like in like another game called Grand Blue, but in that game you do like you have to choose like what input there is for it. Like a quarter circle medium hit will make the cooldown of it a little bit slower, or if you do like a light version, it'll go faster. But yeah, this game you're gonna have to learn how to be reliable with your resources. You're gonna have to learn what has a lot of startup and what has a lot of crazy amount of hits done, and like what is gonna be like something that's gonna have a lot of startups. So you're gonna really have to choose your moves more wisely, which is something I thought I'd be afraid about, especially when it comes to online play, which is what this beta was for. And I don't know what the online play was, but they really knocked it out of the park. I guess it didn't feel bad, and it was really responsive. But if you really wanted to get like into like a good game in like a lobby, you were kind of thrown into this lobby room system that I don't really like from arc system type games, which is where you have to get like a little avatar, and then you have to like join a room and get in these arcade cabinets. Yeah, I like the sentiment, but I don't like the functionality. The functionality is just really doing too much. It's too much for the player, you know. Sometimes I just want to boot up the game, get in a lobby, and start playing with my friends. But I hope that's something they fix in this. But yeah, I really did like the online. The online was not bad. It was really responsive. The only thing I didn't like was that sometimes I felt like I was doing like a forward or back special, and it would read differently. But that's more akin to the gameplay than it is the online, because for the most part I was doing like good punishes and stuff. But yeah, this is something I really thought they did well. The lobby system, not so much. It's always the arc system doing too much lobby, like Guilty Gear XR, where you're walking around. I don't know if it's gonna show you in the video, but I joined some streamers, but they didn't really let me play in there. It was probably because I was already in another game, or they just shut down the lobby. But that was pretty funny. I'll put that in the video. But yeah, the online is really good. Lobbies, no. The gameplay is fun. Is it rewarding to like land combos? And it depends, because if you're always punishing with the same combo string, you're not gonna really enjoy the game, and you're gonna hate that the specials are tied to meter and you can't use inputs. But if you're like really into learning how to like differentiate yourself from other players, like using your own combos or learning how to do combos, I think that's something you're gonna have fun with regardless, because of how this term's getting thrown around a lot about how loose it is, you know, how fighting games have to be like loose to be fun or whatever. But yeah, it's really really something something to look out for when it drops. It really is a time to be into this game, because I didn't like it at first, but now that I got to like learn a little bit more, I really loved it. Yeah, I kind of started off with one main, but I didn't really talk about the other two, which was the grappler, and I think her name is a striker, the one that looks like Jam from Guilty Gear. But yeah, it's really fun. I think if you really like Power Rangers Battle for Grid, but you want something more tame, more like less, I wouldn't say technical, but less like hyper crazy. I guess that's the word. Just less, a little bit more tame. DNF Duel is really for you guys, especially since it's made by aiding the people who made Marvel 3, and it has those anime graphics that the kiddos love nowadays. You know, the Arc System Works graphics where it looks 2D. You know, and it's been a really like big leap in art direction for fighting games lately. You know, something I wish the other fighting games that I like KOF and Street Fighter would do. Although Samurai Shodown looked really good because it had like a particular style, but that's a thing for a different video. So yeah, so if you ever like on the fence about like Guilty Gear Strive being a little bit too easy, or like, oh, I don't like the inputs, or like Dragon Ball looks really good, but the combos was really hard to pick up, or you see how like it's really like gone super competitive, and you don't know where to start because the game is practically over already. This is a game that would be really good to jump in. You're really gonna like the combos and the graphics and the art direction. The gameplay it really depends on what you like. For me, I love my inputs because I've been playing Capcom Fighters and SNK Fighters for like forever, since I was a kid, and learning inputs was something I really like to learn and deep dive into. But so if you want something more chill, maybe you're into the genre, you're starting to get into the genre, you like all the Twitter clips of Guilty Gear and Dragon Ball with their, oh my god, anime art style, this looks so clean. Yeah, you're gonna love this game regardless, especially the characters look way better than other characters from, I guess, other games that Arc System has worked on. I don't know, I didn't really like Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear's like really bright, like filtering on there. I didn't like that. But the characters are cool, but some characters just don't look as cool as like the ones in here. The ones in here look like there's gonna be something for everybody in here. It's funny because I thought this game looked a little too much like Rambles, but now that you play it and see it in motion, it's I did some air combos in there. I'll probably make a clip of that maybe it's already been shown in the video, but yeah, I'm gonna put that in there because there's some air combos really reminded me of the Power Rangers one. It's not like Marvel ones where they like throw you up in the sky and then you get to like launch them down. It's like, it's just like a down heavy into like medium and hard, I guess. But yeah, you're gonna find something to enjoy about this game, whether it be the characters. The music is really good. I thought the music was phenomenal. I'm probably gonna play the main menu music in this game, like in the background while the gameplay plays. But yeah, the music, the gameplay, and the characters are a big selling point. The online was responsive. Is it for you if you're like a veteran fighting game player? Maybe, because you're gonna have some enjoyment doing like the combos, but if you really don't like the inputs and the cooldown system, you're probably not gonna enjoy it as much as like other fighting games out right now. But if you're new to the genre, you're gonna really want to get into this game. You're really gonna want to really get on the hype train. You're really gonna be on the boat, I guess, about this game. I definitely would get it like on launch date. I wouldn't wait for it to come out just so that people own you later if you get it on sale. But yeah, it's easy to pick up. It's gonna be hard to master. I can tell. There's gonna be a lot of crazy stuff because there's already broken characters. But yeah, would I give it a shot? At first I didn't like it, and now I do like it. But it's really what you think is up to you. Would I recommend it? I would recommend it. Maybe play like a little bit with your friends. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm probably just gonna play a little bit with my friends, play some online, and maybe play for a good month. I don't know. There's something's not really drawing me into it to get really competitive in this game, but yeah, check it out. It's really something that you should be on the lookout. If there's another beta, maybe I'll stream it. I don't know. I didn't stream it this time because I don't have a capture card and it wasn't on PC. So if it was on PC, I would have streamed it. But yeah, be on the lookout for this game. really really interesting. I don't know, the art style is really good. It's growing on me. I didn't like it at first because I was like, oh, this is Granblue 2 with easier mechanics. I was so like contrarian about it, but now I'm really like on the board about it. So yeah, that's something I'm gonna yeah, my favorite characters were the 3 you see in the video. Yeah, and I could pull off some air combos with that. I think that was pretty fun. But yeah, be on the lookout for this game, and I guess that's really it. That's all I have for you guys today. So please be on the lookout of this game. If you guys like this content, let me know. Leave a comment on what you thought about the beta, and if it looks cool to you, if you're gonna try it out as well. And that's all I really have for you guys. So talk to you guys later. Peace.